little while longer won't matter. Ochapowace proud. We look after each other in times like this, and I know that our leadership will be fair and honorable as we go our different ways with Kakshiwil and Chickasaw. You know, over the years, friends, one good thing that we can say about Ochapowace is when our people have spoken, we have heard the words. And I don't think in our history that we've ever had an appeal that I'm aware of. And that speaks highly of our membership. Once we have collectively spoken, we take that result and we work with our leaders to help them. Because when we help them, we're helping ourselves. And I think that's important. So I want to say to, and Chief Margaret, echo those sentiments, that we want to thank all of our band members who served as candidates, those that put their name forward to offer their services to us. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. So I want to thank those candidates, and I know Chief Margaret and the council will thank them as well. So we're going to do the oath of office. I've asked Senator West Bear, as you know, Ochapowace has asked West to serve us as a senator for the FSIN. He probably represents us at all the Senate gatherings. So with that, I'm going to ask Senator West and Co-Chair Evelyn to come forward to perform the oath of office. The oath of office will Margaret Bear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here with our leadership. My role as senator is the advisor and asked upon by the leadership. And I'm invited by the leadership to attend their meetings, wherever and whenever. I'm honored to do the chief, Ochapowace Square, Margaret Bear, the oath of office. Ochapowace Nation, Ochapowace Chief and Council oath of office. Margaret Bear. Margaret, repeat after me. In my term as chief, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics.
I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics
As passed by chief and council.
as passed by chief and council.
I swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act.
And swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act.
As passed on January 1st, 1999.
As passed on January the 1st, 1999.
And to abide by the roles and responsibilities as set for me.
And to abide by the roles and responsibilities as set for me.
On this second day of July 2020.
On this second day of July 2020.
And I present to you together tobacco and cloth.
Thank you. Senator Wesley Bear.
I also am going to present to you the chief's mandate for the next 3 years. Her mandate is nation-to-nation relationships, treaties, and trust. And the chair there will be Ochapowace, Margaret there. The nation-to-nation relationships, treaties, and trust will set the parameters of how the Ochapowace Nation will coexist with external government. Ensure treaty rights are honored and that our financial resources and assets are protected and best maximize our trust return in investment. This is the mandate for Chief and Council for the Chief for the next 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Ochapowace, for taking the oath of office as well as the mandate letter. And really what the mandate letter is, it just says those are the things that she has to work on all of our behalf. And then that's important. And I just want to acknowledge, I think we have a couple of our candidates. Rita Allary is with us. Rita, how are you? All along, our young gentleman back there, Albert George. Albert, great to see you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, thank you. Folks, the other thing we're going to do at this time now is Evelyn, as the co-chair, is going to perform the oath of office. And after each counselor, Ochapowace will come forward with that counselor and she will hand them their responsibilities in the portfolio areas that she expects them to work on all of our behalf. So with that, I'm going to call upon, serving I believe her second term with us, Headwoman Shelley A. Bear. Shelley, come forward.
Okay, second turn.
Okay. Evelyn didn't do too well at reading in school, so she's asked me to do this work, okay?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our elders, our community members, and our new leadership today. I'm very honored to do this today for our fellow people, our members, wherever they are today. I'm co-chairman of the Community Tribunal for this term. I'd just like to try to do the best I can to bear with me. Ochapowace Nation, Ochapowace Chief and Council oath to office. Shelley Ann Bear, in my term counselor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chief and Council and swear to uphold the Ochapowace Action Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the roles and responsibilities set for me on this day, July 2nd, 2020.
I, Kakio Isqueo, Shelley Ann Bear, in my term as counselor,
I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chief and Council, and swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the role and the responsibilities as set out for me on the 2nd day of July, 2020.
This time I will call upon Ochapowace Disquale Margaret Bear to give forward her duties to Councillor Shelley Bear. Ladies.
Firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our great Creator for this beautiful and blessed day that we all can share and enjoy at this moment. I also want to take opportunity to say a special thanks to our Elder Sam Isaac, who rendered prayers on our behalf this morning in a pipe ceremony, and all those who participated in the circle to offer support and blessings to our people, our community, and our nation. I want to acknowledge the drum, the singers, for the beautiful and healing songs that they are sharing with us at this time. I want to say and greet each and every one of you this morning. It is a beautiful day. It's a new beginning, a new time, a new opportunity that we have as a nation, as a people, as families. I acknowledge our Katea here today, our families, our valued staff. Thank you for coming to share this special moment with us. It means a lot. I also want to acknowledge everyone here at the front, my fellow teammates, and also to our community tribunal members who have worked diligently over the past week in ensuring that our elections went wonderful, and to ensure that everyone was there to walk forward, focus forward in a good way throughout the election period and the day of the election. I want to acknowledge all our people who have put their names up on the board. They had a good thought in mind of doing that because they believe that they had contributions to our nation and our community, and they did. Some of the ones that put their name forward were our staff. And I thank you to all our people for doing that. Today, we will walk forward in putting our best foot forward for our and the best interests of our people and our community and our nation. I call everyone to the circle. Let's walk together. Let's work together. Let's support one another as we go forward in a good way and in a humble way. Over the past while, we have been working on governance and to enhance our governance. And we have looked at how our role can unfold as your leaders, political leaders, in the next term. One of the things, part of history going back to 1989, in that time, when our late Chief George, as our head leader, along with the council at that time, made that decision to separate politics from administration. And I remember we moved over to the little schoolhouse on the west side. That was our first office. And the later the office that we are in now. So moving forward and enhancing that area, and to remember that it is not our role to be involved in administration duties. It's our role. You have elected us to ensure that we strategically plan for our future. That's our role. To interact with the external organizations, the governments that are affecting our lives today. To work as partners across the 4 nations here in the best interests of our people in this area. So I want to thank our valued staff. I want to assure you not to be afraid, because again, we know that we need to make some changes with respect to our election system to make it work for us, and we will. We need your support in that area. It is our commitment today that we will work with our valued staff from here on in. We also want to assure you, our members, that we will work with you as well. So we have guiding principles as we walk forward as your leaders. Guiding principles that will be driven by self-determination, inherent and treaty rights, transparency, and accountability. I've heard that a lot over the past while from our nation members. We will report to our citizens and stakeholders. We will lead, and we will lead by being responsible, by being accountable to you. We will lead by building a brighter future, achieving our vision and working towards self-determination, self-government, and putting our people first and foremost is what I've also learned, inclusive of all our nation members. Sustainability, develop structures and make decisions for the long term benefit, prosperity and unity of our nation. We will separate business from politics. It's very important. And improving our organizational structures, policies, and processes. We've heard a lot in that area as well. The team before you is our team. Together, 7 of us, along with our Senator West and Elder Sam, sitting at the table. We've already held a couple of meetings together, and I know it's going to be a team-oriented journey that we will be on, working in the best interest of you, our people. Right from our babies to our Kitea and those yet unborn. We have mandates, as Senator West has mentioned. These mandates were developed to look forward strategically. And each head person will have a mandate they will coach, they will chair a mandate, and they will also have a team player to co-chair. We are working, we are in this together, we are working together as a team, I assure you. Thank you. So with that, the first mandate, as your Ochapowace well to my team, I would like to present to Chair Headwoman Shelley Bear. Now, they don't know what they're getting right now. So it's a surprise. There was to be a letter for me to hand over, and I was to meet with them prior, but I wanted to make sure that it was part of the ceremony, and I think it's still good. They'll get the letter later. I'll sit down with them later after their shock. But I know, and it was based on, for me to look at their strengths, their interests, their abilities, and to go where they haven't gone before, perhaps. You know, that's important too, to pave that way, to pave that path. So, and some may have been in the area before. So I put my mind and thoughts together and thought about it, and they will now unfold today. So I will share with each and every one of them their mandate, so you will know what their mandate is. There's a number of areas, important areas within our governance, so they're combined to make one mandate. So the first one is wealth creation. And there are some mandates that replace the previous portfolio name. This one replaces economic development. The word, wealth creation. The chair, as I mentioned, Headwoman Shelley Bear. Co-chair will be Headman Luke George. So they will work together. They will huddle together, support one another. Along will do that as well, but they will both concentrate in that area. The wealth creation mandate will assist in the oversight and direction of our nation, the direction of our nation, of entities owned by the Ochapowace Nation, involved in wealth creation, such as an passport. That is our business entity that the wealth creation businesses will fall under. So it's separated from our organization structure. The political, the administration, it'll be an arm attached to the political structure. It's separate. And that again is meaning job creation. Helping? Working together, okay. Job creation, working together. And in the development and programming to assist citizen entrepreneurship. And that means if any one of our nation members wants to get into business, they will be there to assist them. So Headwoman Shelley Bear, may I present to you your mandate, wealth creation for the next 3 years. And your co-chair, Headman Luke. Let's give them a round of applause. Instead of a letter, here's your folder. Spell the thing. Oh, there's things to do. There's tasks in their mandate. There's already identified where they're going to focus. Tasks and activities, so forth. Thank you.
All right, thank Thank you. Wealth creation, folks. You know, this morning on the way here, and like a lot of you patronize our petrol can just out of Regina. And this morning I had the opportunity to stop there. And I saw our families, I think it was from the Kenny family, the George family, and the Allary family, who were working there. And to see them serve the public, not only our people, but of course non-First Nation people. And to see them interacting with our customers and our clients. You know, you saw a Canadian Pacific truck pull up there, and you saw the Regina bypass, things like that people came up there, and those are our customers. And it's good to know that our young families, Shelley, I know you and Dennis are very, very important when we talked about the Petro Can, the establishment of it. And so I want to thank both Shelley and Dennis and others, and I think Joe is involved, and many others. It's a tremendous asset, but it also tells our young people that we can be successful in business. At this time, I'm going to ask our headman, who served us many, many years, not only as counselor, but as chief. You remember that time we went through when we lost Chief Denton, and we asked one of our others to step up, and we asked this gentleman to take on and to take over and continue the good work that Chief George was doing at that time. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Headman Frederick Ross Allary.
Good afternoon again. Ochapowace Nation, Ochapowace Chief and Council oath to office, Frederick Ross Allary. In my term as councillor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chief and Council, and I swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the role and the responsibilities set for me on this day, on the second day of July 2020. I present this eagle feather, this tobacco, and this cloth to Councillor Headman Ross Allary.
In my term as counselor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chief and Council, and swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act passed January 1st, 1999. Abide by the rules and the responsibilities set for me on this day, July the 2nd, 2020.
We'll now come forward and ask Headman Ross Allary to work on behalf of our people for the next 3 years. You will ask at this time to give him his responsibility.
Before I get into the mandate presentation.
Sorry, I was trying to wave at you. That's okay. No, just let the whole
Morley was called yesterday to come home and to help us out with our ceremony here, our oath of office, and on short notice, he's here today. So let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Margaret. It is with great pleasure that I present Headman Ross Allary as chair of Land, resources and infrastructure. Headman Ross Allary, your co-chair is Headwoman Shelley Bear. The mandate speaks to, we need to protect, enhance our natural resources, our minerals, trees, our air, water, our wildlife, fish, ecosystems that sustain all life. We will exert our right jurisdiction over our lands and to ensure that our lands and resources are effectively managed and protected for the benefit of our citizens. We had the opportunity, as I mentioned, to meet a couple times now, and again, I want to echo that it's while there's going to be some serious challenges, decision making, we also need to bring balance of humor and laughter to the table. At times, we need to lift one another up. And I know with Ross's humor, along with Headwoman Audrey, we had that humor already at the table. And that is much needed, I tell you, when times get tough. So I know we will have a wonderful team together, and with Ross, he brings a lot of wisdom and expertise in the area of lands. We know that we will be moving forward with respect to the court decision of the recognition of two treaty nations, Ochapowace and Kakishiwet. He will bring great experience and knowledge forward in that area. So Headman Ross Allary, I present to you your mandate for the next 3 years: land, natural resources, and infrastructure. So if anybody has any questions about our roads, see Ross right away. Housing, water center, congratulations, Ross. I look forward to working with you as a team player.
Thank you.
Oh, we're going to get them to say a few words too. I forgot about that. Ross, yes, come back here, Ross.
Yeah, we certainly come a long way. I know 30 years ago, Morley and the crew at that time built the first harbor here. Just follow around. Look at this today. It's altogether different. So we come a long way as a nation by working together. So I'd like to thank everyone that came here, and God bless you all.
Headman, Frederick Ross Allary, and I'm going to turn the microphone back to Shelley Ann Bear to give us, now that she's elected, we'll ask for the short version, Shell. Okay, thank you.
I don't know if I have a short version. Anyway, I just want to truly say how humbled and honored I am to be elected as headwoman for Ochapowace Nation for another 3 years. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I love you all, and I love Ochapowace very much. With my new mandate, old but new, I guess, I just want to say I'll continue to work hard as I can. I know that was the promise I made. You see what you get. I'll continue to work as hard as I can for the nation members. Wealth creation, economic development is a huge area. I know when our elders lifted the pipe at treaty signing, it was about livelihood and the continuation on of our people, and I don't think when they lifted those pipes, they lifted them in order for our people to be dependent on government and dependent on welfare for the rest of our lives. They lifted them up because they knew there was something better for each and every one of us. and I'll do my best to honor the mandate that was given to me for not only Ochapowace, but each and every one of our members, to honor that treaty right of livelihood as we move forward in the next 3 years. Hi, hi.
Thank you, Shelley Ann Bear, and again, congratulations. We're moving right along, friends. And over the years, a lot of our families have been represented on chief and council. And way back when we were slowly changing the guard, we had people like the late Sam Watson, the late Albert Bear, the late Joe Belanger. We had kind of the new younger ones when we talked of Denton, Chief Cameron, Lester Henry, and myself. But it was through the advice of the older council that the young ones were able to take that torch and continue to move us forward. So we're very fortunate to have all of our families involved at one time or another in leadership. And that's why today we hold that respect for our leaders, because our family members have walked on that road and we know how tough it is to be a leader. So at this time I'm going to ask one of our returning head women, this time, ladies and gentlemen, Headwoman, Petra Belanger.
Okay.
What?
Good afternoon again. I'm back. Oh, good morning. Sorry. Good afternoon for me. Ochapowace Station. Ochapowace Chief and Council oath to office. In my term as councillor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by the Chief and Council, and to swear and uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the roles and responsibilities as set for me on this second day of July 2020.
Ochapowace Nation, Ochapowace Chief and Council oath to office. I, Petra Belanger, in my term as councillor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chief and Council, and swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the role and responsibilities as set for me on this second day of July 2020.
Petra with the spender of tobacco and cloth.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, Headwoman Petra. At this time, I ask Ochapowace to come forward and to assign Headwoman Petra Belanger with her responsibilities to our nation.
Okay, we decided to take charge here and hold them up because it's messing around with us, getting in the way. Let's move it. There we go. Before it hits us, swing it around. Okay. Now Petra has served many years as headwoman for our nation. She, before returning home to her community to help her people, she decided to go to school, university, and do what she needed to do to get her degree in, is it administration? A business diploma. So we always promote education. Very, very important. And I know Petra has held many portfolios over her terms as leader. This, I believe, is a new area that she's going into, and I always believe change is good. So I have her mandate for the next 3 years, lifelong learning. And we changed the name. Lifelong learning includes education, training, and development. We included lifelong learning because it is said we are never too old to learn. And a testament of that is when one of our late respected elders went to university. Can you think of who she was? Well, Rosebud. She decided to go back to school, the university, and she accomplished her social work degree. And I believe she was in her late 60s when she achieved her education, and very, very proud of her. She come back to the community and with her degree in social work. So that is a wonderful testament that we are never too old to learn. And we want to include, you know, the senior people in continuing education as well. We must not forget about them, and also emphasize the importance of staying in school for our younger generation, or if one takes a break, to return to education at some point. So with that, the mandate, lifelong learning, education, training, and employment. In partnership with parents, families, and the community, we will strive to build a more inclusive curriculum that will foster an environment to nurture and promote lifelong learning. Our inclusive learning environment will ensure each member is valued and that they are treated with dignity and respect. Through this, we will solve our greatest challenges that bonds us to poverty, hopelessness, and servitude. With that, Headwoman Petra, you will chair your mandate, lifelong learning, education, and training, and your co-chair will be Headwoman Lynn. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge our Creator in this beautiful day that we've been blessed with, and blessed with each and every one of you to be here with us. And for those of our citizens that aren't here with us as well, we send blessings to their home fires. And I want to thank Ochapowace. I look forward to the challenge of lifelong learning. Like she said, that's our first, we're just hearing about these at the same time as you, and I look forward to the challenge, and I know that I'll work hard, as I've stated, I'll work hard to bring everybody inclusive and to address those needs, and like Headwoman Shelley said, that when the pipes were lifted, it was for a better life for each and every one of us, young and old. So I thank you all, and I just want to also acknowledge acknowledgement to our former leaders, not just in the past terms for Headman Tim Bear and Headman John Bear and Headwoman Ochapowace. I want to acknowledge them for all their hard work in the past term, and before that, the leaders that built the foundation that we have. So many resources to build upon and to protect and move forward for the betterment of our lives, from those yet unborn to our elders, our precious elders. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful day, and I thank you for being here with us. And I look forward to serving for the next 3 years. Thank you.
Right on. Hey, thank you, Petra. Thank you. Headwoman Petra Belanger. And I'm glad that Ochapowace mentioned one of our families, the Kinistino family. And I'd just like to say that last night I turned on the TV. APTN was on there north of 60. Remember how Errol TV was? Always roughs up Errol. Well, she was roughing him up again last night, but it was just on TV, so we're okay. But it was good. But again, yeah, absolutely, in lifelong learning, the elders have told us that we never ever quit learning. And so to see our kids in universities today is a tremendous thing that all the past leaders have fought for. And when I mentioned the past leaders, of course, there were so many. Eileen Bear, Sharon Bear, Louis Henry, so many good people that kind of laid the foundation for where we're at today. With that, I'm going to ask the next gentleman to come forward and take his oath of office. I believe he's going into his second term. He's always hustling for our kids and our community at this time, ladies and gentlemen. I ask for Luke Jared George to come forward and take the oath of office.
Good morning.
Morning.
Ochapowace Nation, Ochapowace Chieftain Council, oath of office. Luke Derek George. In my term as counselor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by the Chieftain Council, and to swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999. And to abide by the role and responsibilities as set for me on this second day of July 2020.
I, Luke Jared George, in my term as counselor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chief and Council, and swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the role and responsibilities as set out for me on this second day of July 2020.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, Luke. At this time, I'll ask for Moise to come forward and to assign the responsibilities to Headman Luke George.
An area that's very important when we speak about nationhood. To be a nation, it is said that, first of all, we need people, right? We need land, And the other two that I want to mention is culture and language. Very, very important. And we know where we are with our language. And we know that back in 1992, in the Ochapowace strategic planning exercise, it became a priority. And today, we know that it is still a very, very important priority, because I believe back in 1992, we gave ourselves about 10 years to become fluent. It was a 10-year strategic planning. So along the way, somehow it got missed as far as its priority. Today, it is a very important priority because it speaks to who we are, our identity, our inherent rights. So today, I have the honor of presenting to Headman Luke George his mandate for the next 3 years, language and culture. The language and culture mandate will protect, preserve, and promote our language and culture as given to us by the Creator. We are desirous to lay a solid learning foundation for the revitalization of our culture and language. I present also, he will chair that mandate over the next 3 years, along with his co-chair, who is a speaker of our language. And I match these two up. And it came out at one of our meetings already that he's the baby of our team. So we have our baby and we have our wisdom, our elder, our chief, our headman, Allary, to work together side by side, and I know it's going to get going. Right on. So with that, Luke, you have a good partner to work with you. With that, I am honored to present to you your mandate, Headman Luke, for the next 3 years, language and culture, and your co-chair, Headman Allary. With that, congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. I love you, Chief. Goodness. I am still overwhelmed with people of Ochapowace to choose me again. You know, I take a lot of teachings from elders, and I just want to quote, and I want to thank Chief for saying, for us to step out of your comfort zone. Because there was an elder here helping out at the camp here one time, and he said that to my brother and my sisters, that we have to step out of our comfort zone. Because, and don't worry about anything when you step out of your comfort zone. And I'll encourage you all to step out of your comfort zone. There's people there that help you when you're outside your comfort zone. You don't have to worry about anything. You know, I'm the chief. I accept. Sean, is it? Need some new batteries or something.
Nope, batteries are good. Good. Brand new.
I gladly accept the message that is presented to me, to my co-chair, Allary. You know, we are the two males of the group, and we talked, and we are ready to get bossed around. and we accept that too. So, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank the drum group. I want to especially thank Dylan and Kenny. That young man's coming from a long ways, and I want to thank him for setting up our teepee here today, and Scorpio and our pipe ceremony this morning. And I want to thank Chief Morley Watson for being here with us, helping us guide us, and seeing our event. Hi, thank you everybody.
Hey.
Yep, Luke and Ross are outnumbered, 4-2. Boys, you better stick together. That's all I can tell you. Absolutely. Luke, George, thank you. Congratulations. Moving to our second to last lady that I believe served us on council before. She took a break and continued to work for the betterment of our community, not only at the health, but she came over to the multiplex and offered her services, and certainly was a tremendous role model to some of our younger workers that are just getting into the workforce. So at this time, folks, happy to present Headwoman Audrey Joyce Isaac.
All right.
Good morning, everybody. Ochapowace Nation, Ochapowace Chieftain Council, oath to office. In my term as councillor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chieftain Council, and to swear and swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the role and responsibilities as set for me on this second day of July 2020.
Audrey Joyce Isaac, in my term as councillor, I solemnly swear to follow the code of ethics as passed by Chieftain Council, and to swear and uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the role and the responsibility as set for me on this day, July 2nd, 2020. So,
I'm sorry, Audrey, I'll turn the mic over to you, and then we'll ask you some more your responsibility. Either or. No. She wants to be a check signer. I don't know about that. Hang
on. Right away.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's good to laugh and have fun and to not take ourselves serious, right? Yes, we do take our duties serious, but we need to be okay with ourselves. This mandate, where I just want first of all go and just speak to where Audrey was and where she's at today with self. Audrey comes to us as a former counselor. She served her community as a counselor of our nation, along with, she spent many years in the area of health as the health director for us, and I know she has taken a lot of training, personal development and professional development, and Audrey also went to down east, I think it was Toronto, or to continue her education. So coupled with her years of experience and the program that she went into, she come out with certificate, certified health manager. Certified health manager, regional. Okay, all right, thanks Audrey. This program is recognized across Canada. So today I speak of the mandate health and wellness. She leads with compassion for her family, her people in the area of healing. And speaking of her interests and her desire to continue that as she moves forward into her 3 years service for our people. So today, I am very honored to, as co-chair, as chair for the Mandate Health and Wellness, I'm honored to present Headwoman Audrey Isaac to lead us in that area. Wellness is the foundation behind a healthy community. We will ensure to move forward in a proactive and holistic. She speaks about that word holistic, and that's balance of emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical well-being. A holistic approach to providing the services our people need. We will provide quality health and wellness services in a caring and supportive environment. I am very honored to mention the co-chair who will work along with Audrey in the health and wellness mandate, Headwoman Petra Belanger. So with that, Headwoman Audrey Isaac, I am honored to present to you your mandate for the next 3 years, health and wellness. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ochapowace. I have need to practice saying that to my bud and my chief. I want to welcome everyone here today, this morning. It has been a beautiful morning to come together to share the next 3-year term for our elected leaders, and to also to promise to uphold, our duties, our responsibility to you. I want to thank you for the portfolio once again. I spent many of years in that area where we worked like a team of many things to work through our barriers, to work through our culture-sensitive areas, our intergenerational impact, and also the area of cultivating our culture. Our culture is not only about our traditional ways, it's about how our beliefs and values, our belief how we say or behave, our belief in positive inspiration, or our values that help guide us. my utmost role models and also mentors that have been giving me the opportunity of growth through many years till today. I want to give thanks to my mother, my family. That has given me the opportunity to lead in the family. The other area is my role models in the past, Morley Watson. He gave me the opportunity to peel carrots and cut celery and make soup. Now I'm good at it. And he's been an awesome boss. He's been a really wonderful chief in the past that he carried with us. He led us through the areas that was a barrier for us, and that was the alcohol, the drugs are continuing, enhancing, and so he continues to carry us and lift us up. I watched him at the rink where he carries our people, gives them opportunity, and keeps on giving them opportunity and doesn't give up on them. The other area I'd like to also cultivate is the singing. The singing of our songs through our singers, our Cookwood Lake Agency. There's a story behind those Cookwood Lake agencies, and we need to cultivate and strengthen that area because we need to bring it back. Those songs come from the south and they can eat, so I want to ensure those are carried on. I will give you a bio and later on those areas. Plus the young singers at the school, those are our songs to carry on, along with our prayers to our elders and our scapulars, who I'm taking so much pride that I see a young man working with Sam to enhance what he has to do today. The elders, the Katea, you are the one that are going to hold me responsible. I will look forward to that area and working along with you. Along with my family is going to hold me responsible. And then the community. I take great pride in being accountable, and I take great pride in being responsible. My area of health and wellness, because of the intergenerational impact and all the other acts that was imposed upon us, they affected us today. That is why the way we are today. That is why we need to look at ourselves and what we had posed upon ourselves from outside contributors. And that is why we are affected today. So we don't want to go be there anymore. No, we do not want to be there. And that's what our leaders said last few days. Let's be compassionate. Let's listen. Let's review what we can do to make our issue better. That's what we said we would do. And that felt strong because it made me come from a team effort. You need a team. You cannot work alone. You need a team. If you work alone, it'll struggle. You will struggle and we will not get far. You need a team behind you to go forward. I want to make sure that I demonstrate myself in a respectful manner and make sure that I have the opportunity to enhance the communications process through a holistic way. I want to ensure that I create better things for myself, and that's the healing opportunity for me to continue along with you, along with the leadership,
and along with the Kapea. So I will create. I will make a difference. Thank you very much.
She practiced that all night, she said, all night. Practice.
All right.
Audrey, thank you so much. You know, friends, hey, it's good to see our leaders having fun too. She touched on, I think, a very, very important message when she talked of drugs and alcohol. And we as a community have to address that. And you know, there's not one of our families that have not been affected by drugs and alcohol. And we have people like Ross and Johnny Watson down there who have spent their lives, their younger lives, walking the back alleys, but today they lead us in certain things, and I know we can count on them to help us with that battle that we face. There's good in all of our young people, but addictions can be very, very powerful, and we have to work hard to overcome them. We have to help them. With that, folks, in my earlier comments, I talked of some of our past leaders and some of the old boys, if I could call them that. And one of the names I mentioned was Albert Bear. And Albert was a greater man, and he also served us on council. And in his past election, his granddaughter was asked to help lead our community. Our newest head woman. At this time, I would like to ask Lynn Bear to come forward with a walk. Lynn Bear.
Good morning. Ochapowace Nation, Ochapowace Chief and Council, Oath to Office. Lynn Bear. In my term, Councillor, I solemnly swear to follow the Code of Ethics as passed by the Chief and Council, and to swear again, and swear to uphold the Ochapowace Election Act as passed on January 1st, 1999, and to abide by the role and responsibilities set for me on this second day of July 2020. I'd like to present you with this tobacco, shelter, and
Well, the Maoist will, if you would come forward and assign Lynn Bear her responsibilities to our nation.
Thank you.
Last but not least, we have before you a beautiful woman, a mother. And I know a leader of compassion and accountability, transparency, in which she speaks up. And over the last couple of days that we have worked together, she has talked about that, the importance of being accountable and transparent as leaders. Headwoman Lynn Bear, we welcome you to our team, to our circle. Is a first time elected leader. Let's give her a round of applause for that. Lynn recently, I would say recently, returned home to her homelands, her home community. Lynn comes to us while she resided on the reserve. She went to work off reserve to a local, our neighbor, First Nation, Kakawistahau Nation. Up until now, she had been employed as their human resources manager. And I know what they are going through today as they said their so longs to her and best wishes as she returned home to serve our people as Headwoman. And I am very, very grateful for that. One of the areas that Lynn speaks about, and it included in her previous job as HR manager in Morley's policy. So at our table already, she has encouraged us to ensure we have policy and procedures within our governance organization. It is that will lead our administrators, our program managers and directors to provide a high quality service to our people. It is important that we do have laws, policies, and procedures as a nation because we know how the external organizations such as the governments attempt to control our lives. Without our own laws, external laws apply to us. So we know as a nation, as a sovereign nation, we must ensure that our laws, our policies, and procedures are in place. Having said that, I am very proud and honored to assign Headwoman Lynn Bear the mandate, justice, and laws. Justice, the Ochapowace justice will ensure that the nation's justice system is as fair and accessible and efficient as possible. And we've heard over the past little while how fairness and equality, what it meant to her, for her people. The mandate will help Ochapowace government to develop policy and to draft and reform laws as needed. There are much laws that we do need, and there is our existing laws and policies that we need to update. We recently heard about the one that's affecting our people today, and that's our election law. At the same time, promotes respect for the rights and freedom of our nation members and the nation laws and constitution. Our direction that we are going with justice, we will, on our organizational structure, we will have our justice department. It could be made up of our community tribunal. They are the ones that will be taking on the disputes and resolutions and so forth and so on. It'll be our high court justice, just like out there. We will develop our own courts that will work for us. And it needs to be restorative justice, because we know the current system out there does not work for us. So with that, Headwoman Lynn, I am honored to present to you your mandate for the next 3 years, justice and law. And to assist you as co-chair will be Headwoman Audrey. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. And just to let you know that these mandates already have direction. They have the activities or that need to get done. We will be meeting shortly to put time frames to those. So with that, my people, you now know your elected leaders' mandates. We ask that you help us. We will work together. We will keep our community vision at the forefront in everything that we do, including our personal and professional ways of conducting ourselves. Our community vision to be a unified, proud, and prosperous sovereign nation. That's what we see together as your team. Thank you. Hi.
Good morning, Ochapowace. All of my nation members, all of my relatives, all of my people, just what Ogama just echoed. I want to thank you for this honor. Thank you for choosing me to be one of your leaders. It's a huge honor, and I apologize for my tears. They're just tears of gratitude and just honorable, really an honorable role to lead all of our 1,900 nation members. Last Wednesday, I sent Sheila Allary, the membership clerk, text and asked her how many nation members we had, and as of last Wednesday, we were at 1,900 exactly. And I thank all the organizers for the beautiful ceremony this morning. I apologize for being late. I was late, but I'm starting to rush around, and I recognize I need to take my time. I need to not get overwhelmed because it's a lot of nation members to make sure that I'm nurturing, and I need to look after myself to ensure that I'm healthy and looking for you. And I forgot my frozen bag of saskatoons in the freezer, so I cooked them up and made sure I brought them. And I just want to thank you for the honor of this tobacco, this cooking cloth, and this eagle feather. And I thank you for my mandate, Ochapowace Squeal. Ross already told me, don't talk too long. We're already developing relationships in council. But we have met for the last 3 days and beautiful discussions already, and looking to my team and how I'm going to learn and grow from all of them, and just feeling that love and compassion. So with respect to justice and the laws, the development of the policies, I look forward to that. In my 3.5 years at Ochapowace, I had the opportunity and privilege to sit on their steering committee to work on all their policies, and we went through page by page, word for word, and that involved a team. And again, that's going to involve the team of Ochapowace, and and we're unique, and we have our ways, and I'm seeing that, and I'm learning that. So I just want to, again, thank everybody. I will work hard, I promise. I want to as well acknowledge my mother, my late mother. She would have been so proud. She was my #1 backer, and probably one of the last things that she said at the hospital in Yorkton that she said to me was, you run for council, my girl, and you build a bigger and better band office than CAC. And supposed to say CAC moves to how, but that was probably one of the last things that she said. And she wanted good for her community too. She committed her life, and throughout my campaign process, honestly, so many people, she touched many people's lives, and some people were still hurt and got emotional over that, and it helped me to realize and to understand that I wasn't alone, and that a lot of other people loved her. So thank you, Mom, you did it. Pray for that good guidance and that spirit, good ways. And I'm happy because I returned back to ceremony when she got sick with the help of my dad. And that's when I decided to put down the no more drinking, and that helped me to grow and to return back to culture and to support my mother and my dad too, and my brother. My daughters are here, my auntie, all of my family, all of my community, and I'm back, and I'm in a good way. And I really, yesterday morning too, I went to the offices, and I just want to go and say hi. I'm learning my role, and I think that that's a good starting base, just to inclusive of all of our 1,900 members, that I'm here to develop relationships with all of you, and to listen to you, and still go to the homes and have that compassion and visit with everyone, because those were meaningful discussions. And so with that, I'll stop now, Ross. So thank you, and thank you so much for this honor, my people. Hi.
Good job. Lynn there, Lewis Council. Friends, we're just about at the end of our agenda. We have just a couple of things to do, but we have some start quotes we're going to present to our leaders. But we're going to do it a little bit differently, because to our leaders, a lot of times this job can get very difficult, it can get frustrating, it can be hurtful, and really all our leaders have is just their families. It's all they have to be that support system. And so we're gonna ask our family members to come and present their family member with the blanket, to give them words of encouragement, to always be there to support them, to always be their backers, because like I say, it's a tough job, and our leaders have to hear that we're supportive of them, we're behind them as family, and I think that's important. So we want the family, I'll call you up at times, Evelyn, if you grab one of those. If Ochapowace's family members can come forward, please, and present the blanket to our chief, and to ensure that family will always be there for them. So I'm going to ask family members, Margaret, please come forward. Family members at Ochapowace. Dave, coming up here. Who else? Lucille, can somebody help Lucille come to the front, please? It's important. This is family. This is family, and it's like I say, it's a time where families can be only stronger. And so I'm going to ask Lucille. Justin's coming forward. Lucille says, hold on, I'm going to get there. Absolutely. It's all about family. family, folks. It's all about family. And I know in our toughest times that our leaders can look to their family to have that guidance, to have that love, and to have that support. So family members, if you could put down Ochapowace well, as family, we do this to support our family members. You just can look straight ahead, Ted Whitecap and Sean will get a picture of our family that's going to support our leader. And it's the family of one of our war veterans, Henry Bear, who fought for our freedom. Let's always remember that. Fought for our freedom. Awesome. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Ochapowace live in our family. Let's have a round of applause for them. Shelley and there, if I could call you forward when we're finished here. Joseph, thank you so much. If I could have Shelley and there's family come forward. I think Chancey's here. Auntie Sharon, are you here somewhere? Who else? Who else do we have? Chance and Sharon are here. Patrick, hubby, second man in her household. Patrick, Shelley's number one, she says. All right. All right. That's good. Thanks. Star family. Do we have any of our Shelley Ann's family here? All right. We're going to go with that. Sharon, Pat, Chance. All right. Pin that blanket on Shelley Ann. Awesome, Patrick. While we're doing that, friends, it would be a good time to thank so many people. But the gentleman taking pictures is Ted Whitecap from Sleepgrass. He's always here. He's always in Kakawisa taking pictures.
Okay, one more.
One more. Somebody said one more. I think probably Patrick. One more. While we're doing that, as they take the pictures there, let's give a round of applause for Ted Whitecap, always a supporter of the Ochapowace. Ted, welcome, my friend, welcome. Awesome. Like I say, Sharon was one of our past counselors here in Ochapowace too. And her sister Eileen, Shelley's mom, they served our community as well. I want to thank those families. Frederick Ross Allary, can I ask Doreen, where's my cousin Doreen, Frida, Ruth, come forward please. Any one of Ross's families? Anybody else, come forward please.
Yeah, I see.
Relatives, come forward. It's a time to honor our leaders. We do it as family. Whatever we do, we do it as family. Ask those two ladies, ask these three ladies to put that around our leader.
Hey.
See our cousins from the Still family. Marion, Elliot, come forward. Good there, and I'll jump in there as one of Rossi's relatives. You good, Rita? We're in there. All right. A little closer, everybody. Huddle in there. Huddle in. Thank you. Headman Frederick Ross Allary. Frederick Ross Allary. Okay. Petra's family, the Belanger family, please come forward. I think we see Christine and Berna and family come forward, please. Petra's family, please come forward. Yep. Right on. Hey. Yep. Berna's family, please come forward. Petra's family. Yep. Give them a blanket to wrap the Headwoman in. Continue to lead our First Nation. All right, that is good. Look straight forward. We're going to use these photos. Let's give our headwoman, Petra Belanger, and the Belanger family. Thank you, family members. Thank you. Luke Jared George, I will ask his family members to come forward. Let's go forward. Tyler is here, and I see Robin, I do believe. Who else do we have? All right, come forward, family. Forward, family. Absolutely. Hey, where's our lady? Oh, right here. All right, Robin, if you would, please. Family, let's honor our Headman, Luke Jared George. Move in there, let's take a picture, family. Right on. All right. Let's give him a round of applause, folks. All right. Audrey, Counselor Audrey Joyce Ice. Ask her family members to come forward, please. Come forward, please. Can somebody help? Elder Evelyn, can somebody help her get over here, please? Isaac family, where are we? Forward. Let's come forward. Let's come forward. Take a picture with our elected leader. We have to. Yeah, brothers, come forward. Audrey has requested you to come forward, so please come forward. And nieces, come forward. Don't be shy. Yeah, where's Wanda May? Wanda May is signing autographs somewhere. Wanda May. Yeah. Yeah, let's stand with our leader, folks. We have to be that support staff. Yes. Kelvin said he's got to be careful. The Isaac girls will get mad at their brothers. Absolutely. Audrey. Where's that? Yeah, they got, that's one of the boys or the, somebody put blanket on our leader, please. Yeah. Remember, she was peeling carrots, so she's moving up in the world, folks.
Just peeling those carrots. Come on.
Yep. Awesome. All right. All right, let's make sure everybody can be seen in the picture. Elder Sam, let's move Elder in there. Julia, can you sneak Elder Sam right in there? I want him to be here. Very, very important. Awesome, thank you, Ted. Thank you to the Isaac family. Thank you to the Isaac family. Okay, Lynn Bear's family, I'm going to ask you to come forward at this time. I see Blair, I see Denise, I think daughters, yeah. Brad is there. Where's Jerry? Jerry Bear, come forward, please. Yeah, family, come forward. Brother Scott is there. We're gonna do this. It's important for our families. It's important for our families. Absolutely. All right, let's take a picture with our leader. As we mentioned, family, we've got to support our leaders at all times, and family is so important. Elder Sam wants somebody to stand on a chair. I'm not sure who he's referring to. Awesome. Thank you very much for being the Lynn Bear, that woman and her family. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, we have one more presentation before we're done. To leave, Chief and Council, if you come forward. Friends, every office has to operate efficiently, and a lot of times we only need one or two people to do all of that work, and we're very fortunate that we have a band member who keeps Chief and Council organized and have their meetings, all that preparation. So at this time, I think we'd like to honor Jana Isaac. Jana, would you come forward, please, for all your good hard work. Come on forward, Jana. Young lady keeps our leadership organized, all their meetings and all their travel. And Jana does all of that. And so we're very thankful. So, Chief and Council, if you would, please honor one of our own band members, Jana Isaac. All right, let's take a picture with our Chief and Council. Our staff, administration staff, and we have a great staff throughout, folks. We're very fortunate to have a good staff. And Jana is one of them, and like I say, she's leadership moving forward.
The Chief and Council also would like to honor Morley Watson for being Morley. For Morley being there for us all the time and what they do and what the band does, so they'd like to honor Morley Watson.
When we needed them. And today they're going to sing for the well-being of our leaders, the honor song, to honor our leaders. Friends, if you could please stand. If not, our elders remain standing. Honor our leaders. boys. Be good to go. So with that, Ochapowace, your closing remarks, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Morley. In closing, I would just like to say that together, as a team, we will work for you, our nation members, in healing, growth, and development. We ask that each and every one of you, our people, from near and far, to join in our circle, so that we can work together. Let the healing begin. Hi, hi. Thank you.
The victory song, please, gentlemen. Victory song. Thank you so much, folks.